appreciate you joining me here live, or if you're watching this at a later time, thanks for tuning in as well. This is Jared's Pro Pops, Jared's Probiotics, Jared's Kombucha, but I thought it would be kind of apropos today to talk a little bit about what I see, happening in the world today. And again, this is not very existential. It's of course related to gut health, as most people know that I talk about gut health and probiotics, and so I'm going to try to draw a correlation. But most people don't realize that there is a strong correlation actually between your mental health and your gut health, and the correlation between your brain and your gut is powerful. And that in order to have happy, good mental health, you have to have good, happy gut health. And that most people don't realize, actually, that the brain and the gut are actually made of the same type of tissues. And there's just as many, if not more, neurotransmitters in the gut as there are in the brain. Now, I don't want to be too technical. Neurotransmitters basically just kind of are things that tell your body what to do. And there's a significant amount of those that you can find in your gut. There is going to be so much work, so much talk, I think, going forward, with all the negativity that you see here on Facebook and all the negativity in the world and just the anger that I see, that, that you can make some powerful changes by making some significant changes in your gut and your gut health. And that actively changing that good gut bacteria in your body can actually affect the way that you view the world and your happiness and the amount of, the happy hormones, and I'll get to those in a second, of how your body produces that. If you think about, the mental issues, if you see people or they've found, studies have shown, and I'll link to it at the bottom, it talks about, how people that have bad mental health or have mental issues, that there is a strong correlation of them having significant digestive issues. Autism, they find that there's a correlation between gut health and brain health with people that are autistic. And it's really important to me, as I said, going forward, that if you have issues, if you don't feel right, if you feel a little off center, if you feel like something's out of place, in terms of your mental health, take a step back and understanding that focusing on better digestive health can actually go a long way. And again, it's just speaking from experience. There were some issues and some times that I was significantly amount, of stress and bad things that were going on, and I wasn't eating, I wasn't digesting, foods properly. But once I decided to kind of turn the corner and focus on really being optimally good, healthy, digestively speaking, things started to change again, the way that the mental makeup and the way that I process things and the way that I view things. And it's important, again, for everybody to understand that, when you think about anger, or you think about hostility, or you think about, just having digestive issues, it's not a pleasant experience. And having those creates a significant amount of stress in your body. And from the standpoint of hormones, most people don't realize that, but what I call the happy hormones, the GABA and the serotonin and dopamine, those are actually can all be produced in your gut. Did you know that? Most people think it's your brain, but again, if you have a good running digestive system, that your body naturally produces those happy hormones that again affects your mental health. We talk about your immune system and your body's ability to fight disease and infection. Most people don't know that, again, 80%, 70%, 60%, you could throw some number out there, but again, a large portion of it is found in your gut. And that, if you think about what it takes to actually be angry, I see so many things on Facebook, or, when Chris Cornell died, mental health issues and just all of the anger and the hostility, when your body when you're constantly in that state of anger and unhappiness, that your body is under stress. And what happens when your body is under stress? It produces things like adrenaline and cortisol. And that what those do is those in turn creates inflammation in your body. It starts in your gut and then it works outward from there. So if you're constantly angry, understand that your body's not thinking about digesting foods. It's thinking about, the fight or flight. It's thinking about, survival, and it's not focusing on digestion. So it takes away from the digestion to focus on all these other problems that you have in your body. And then what happens is your immune system starts to break down. And when your immune system starts to break down, everything else is affected. You're not generally happy. You're not generally able to process things. You're not able to digest foods. And of course, that leads a whole host of events, right? But, when you think about anger, what do you think about? You think about, just again, clenching of the fist. If I was to say that, act angry, I guarantee it, and probably most of you would just get stressed just thinking about it. But people that are generally angry or hostile about a lot of things have an increase in death rates, increase in blood pressure, and those things are caused by that increase in hormones that I mentioned, like adrenaline and cortisol. And if your body can't regulate that, and because it's focused on that 100% of the time, and it's not working on digestion where you can't produce those happy hormones, you're going to have a whole lot of issues, and that's the bigger issue there. So this first topic, and hopefully I'll be doing a few more of these, but if you have, if you feel out of sorts, if you feel out of whack, if you feel like you're not able to, again, cognitively think through things, if you have if you have issues, processing, getting energy, focus on what you can do to actually improve that gut. And I can bet you, unless there's something medically wrong with you, generally your ability to improve the outlook is going to be affected immensely. All right, so again, understanding the correlation between your brain and your gut is tremendous. And that if you really want to find a happier place in the world, I'm not going to tell you to do yoga or, do ohms or, go to church, or you can do all of those things. But again, from a physiologically standpoint, the first thing that you should be doing is actually focusing on your gut. And the way that you can do that, you can take probiotics, you can take fermented foods, eat fermented foods. Those are the first places that you should be looking at that you can improve your gut health. Because rather than saying that you want to get rid of all the bad things, the way that you should be looking at it is just populate your gut with good gut bacteria. And that's how you decrease cortisol and adrenaline. Again, if you have the good gut bacteria that's able to better regulate those anger issues that you have. Everybody has anger, but again, if the constant state of anger creates that cortisol and adrenaline and issues associated with your gut health. Eat fermented foods, eat a significant amount of good healthy fats and good healthy proteins, antioxidants. Those are all things that you could find, around the web. But what I'm here to do is if you want to make significant changes, focus on your gut health. I hope this was a little helpful. If you have any questions, certainly you can comment below, or you can find Jared's Pro Pops, Jared's Probiotics, basically anywhere on the web. And what I do is I like to help people focus on better digestive health, and that's what I'm here to do, is to help you not only be better internally, but also mentally, physically, emotionally as well. So if you like this, like it, comment, anything else that you want to share, find Jared's Pro Pops on Facebook or anywhere else. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace out.